Welcome to Lair, the Alchemist, where we discuss all things heavy metal and hard rock. On today's episode, the results from our latest community poll. The topic for this one was albums. I gave you some albums to pick from and asked you which one was your favorite. Before we get started, though, I'm going to go over a few little things. I've gotten asked, how do you participate in the polls? Got to go to the Lair, the Alchemist homepage on YouTube, click on the community tab. I think you need to be a subscriber in order to vote. Not sure about that, but it's under the community tab. The other thing is, I had some people come at me really hard on this one. I had some private messages that were downright hostile, cursing at me and really upset that I didn't include this album or that album. Two things. One, YouTube only lets me have up to 5 choices. I would love to be able to list every Iron Maiden record, but they don't let me do that. They only let me have up to 5. So for this particular one, I tried to sort of keep it as a theme. The first 5 Bruce Maiden records. Priest had 5 albums in the 70s. The 5 Bon Scott AC/DC albums. The other thing is that I always say your favorite. So it's your favorite out of whatever the group is. Any of these polls. So if your favorite isn't on that list, it's okay. Pick your favorite out of what's listed here, or don't respond at all if you get that upset about it. And I get it, but I can only have so many. I can only have those 5 options on here. So, all right, let's just jump right into this here. All right, Iron Maiden, which album do you like best? Choices were first 5 Bruce albums: Beast, Peace of Mind, Power Slave, Somewhere in Time, Seventh Son. And Power Slave takes it with 28%. This was kind of surprising. I haven't looked at the polls now in a couple days, and this was really back and forth right from the beginning when this started. There were 390 votes on this one. Power Slave, 28%. Peace of Mind, 26%. Second, Beast came in at third at 21%, and Somewhere in Time and Seventh Son tied at 13%. For me, it would have been Peace of Mind. I think it's because I discovered Maiden on Number of the Beast. Peace of Mind was the first album that I got when it came out. And I've just always loved that record. I think the production on it is great. It's got so many great songs. The Trooper. It's got even great deep cuts like To Tame a Land, Love Flight of Icarus. Just the whole Where Eagles Dare. It's an awesome record. So for me, it would have been Peace of Mind. Okay, which Black Sabbath album do you like best? It's got 396 votes. Choices were the Dio era albums. So we had Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules, Dehumanizer. Also threw in there The Devil You Know, because it's basically a Black Sabbath album and everything but name. And Heaven and Hell runs away with this at 62%. Mob Rules 32%. Second place, Dehumanizer 6%. And The Devil You Know got 1%. For me, I'm going to say the Mob Rules. And believe me, Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules, both 10 out of 10 albums for me. I just feel like Mob Rules, it's such a heavy record. If you want to hear me go way in depth on this with my co-host Darren, and check out our Into the Void of Black Sabbath podcast where we talked about this, and how this album it's such a solid album. It's got such intense numbers. One of my favorite Dio songs of all time, Sign of the Southern Cross, songs like Falling Off the Edge of the World. The deep cuts are great, like Over and Over and Country Girl. Voodoo, the title track, it's so amazing. And that's not to take anything away from Heaven and Hell. But for me, Mob Rules is just a little more intense, a little darker, a little moodier, just a tiny, tiny bit more. So for me, it would have been Mob Rules. Which Judas Priest album do you like best? This was the 70s Priest album, so we got Rock'n'Rolla, Sad Wings, Sin After Sin, Stained Glass, and Hellbent. Stained Glass wins 38%. Second place, Sad Wings, 30%. What was next here? Hellbent got 20%. Sin After Sin, 9%. And Rock'n'Rolla, 2%. I would have gone Stained Glass, too. Stained Glass, in my opinion, I did a video on this album. It is one of the first true pure heavy metal records. It's a perfect record. It's one of the heaviest records of the 70s. It's the Priest. It's Priest at the peak of their powers. The lyrics are great. The riffing is great. The production is great. Every song on it is great. So it would have been Stained Glass for me. All right, AC/DC albums here. These were the Bon Scott era albums, 377 votes. I went with the international versions. I didn't go with the Australian version, so we've got the international High Voltage, Dirty Deeds, Let There Be Rock, Power Age, and Highway to Hell. And Highway to Hell takes it with 36%. Second place, Power Age. Third place, Let There Be Rock. And then High Voltage and Dirty Deeds tied at 6%. For me, this is maybe slightly, I wouldn't say unpopular, because I love all these records, especially Highway to Hell, Power Age, and Let There Be Rock. Those are 10 out of 10 albums for me. But I'm going to say Let There Be Rock. That album just has a special place in my heart. It sounds like a band, just on fire in the studio. You can just crackling electrical energy blasting out of the speakers. The title track is absolutely fantastic. Whole lot of Rosie. Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be. The deep cuts are great on it. Overdose and Go Down and Dog Eat Dog. It's just I love the record. It just has so much energy. I love the live feel of it. So for me, it's Let There Be Rock. All right, Metallica album do you like best? 394 votes. These were the first 5 Metallica albums. So Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Puppets, Justice for All, and the Black Album. And Ride the Lightning takes it with 43%. Puppets, 29%. Kill 'Em All, I'm sorry, Justice for All took 11%. Wow, that's interesting. Justice for All beats out Kill 'Em All. Kill 'Em All got 4th place with 10%, and the Black Album got 6%. For me, I would have gone with Master of Puppets. Although Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets, to me, they're both 10 out of 10s. But Master of Puppets, to me, the production is a little bit better for me. It's a little bit darker sounding. Stuff like Welcome Home Sanitarium, Orion is amazing. Leper Messiah, Battery. I just love it. The title track is one of the greatest metal songs of all time. It's just a great record from top to bottom. Damage Inc. Love it. But again, Ride the Lightning is also great. But I would have gone with Master of Puppets for me. All right, Deep Purple album you like best. 166 votes. And in rock, we had In Rock, Fireball, Machine Head, Who Do We Think We Are? In Rock, 45% first place. Machine Head, second place, 42%. Fireball, 11%. And Who Do We Think We Are? 1%. It would have been, I would have gone with Machine Head, even though I'm a little tired of Smoke on the Water. I just, Pictures of Home, I just love the record. I mean, Smoke on the Water, yeah, I'm tired of it, but it's a classic. Highway Star is great. Maybe I'm a Leo. It's just a great album from top to bottom. Space Truckin'. But In Rock is great also. So for me, those would be like the top 2 there, but I'd give the edge to Machine Head. Okay, what Led Zeppelin album do you like best? 163 votes. This is the first 4 Zeppelin records. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 Zoso takes it with a nice lead at 40%. 2 came in with 27%. What's next? 3 came in at 3rd place, 17%. And 1 came in at 4th place with 16%. For me, yeah, I would have gone with 4. Even though I'm like rock and roll, I'm tired of that song. Stairway to Heaven, I'm a little tired of it, but it's a fantastic epic. The production on that album is great. It's got such a unique variety of different things going on. Going to California, The Battle of Evermore, Black Dog, such a great heavy riff, 4 Sticks, When the Levee Breaks. Just a great classic record, and I love the production on it. So it would have been 4 for me also. Which Kiss album is your favorite? Alive, Alive 2, and Alive 3. This was inspired by the recent Kiss Alive 2 video that I did. And Alive takes it at 68%, far ahead of Alive 2 at 27%. Alive 3 got 5% of the vote, surprising. I know nothing about Alive 3. I've barely listened to that record. For me, I would have gone with Alive. It's the first one for me. It's heavier. It's darker. I like Kiss. This is Kiss at my favorite point. I wish they had stuck with this sound more. Black Diamond, Strutter. It still has some of Rock and Roll All Night. It still has stuff like that, but there's some stuff like Parasite and stuff that's just a little heavier, a little more metal. So for me, it would have been Alive also. Which album do you like better? This is Ozzy Speak of the Devil versus Black Sabbath Live Evil. I just did a podcast on Speak of the Devil, and we had a video posted on the channel. A lot of people were commenting about these two albums. They always get compared because Ozzy's Speak of the Devil is all Sabbath songs. They both came out within a week of each other. Speak of the Devil came out a week before Live Evil, and for me, I would have picked Speak of the Devil also. It sounds more like a Black Sabbath record in some ways than Live Evil does. Live Evil, I think, suffers from too much studio overdubbing. It doesn't sound like a live record. There's almost no crowd noise in it, whereas Speak of the Devil feels like you're just in the audience there. You can hear the people talking, the band, you know, they're a little under-rehearsed, but they're on the edge of their seats. That's what makes it exciting, is that they hadn't been playing these songs like crazy over and over again. So, all right, there you go. There's the results from our latest community poll. Thank you, everybody, for voting. We'll have another one coming up soon. These are always a lot of fun. And until we see you again, make sure you stay heavy, stay metal.